morning, everybody. I am in a beautiful little campground in Haldimand County, Haldimand Conservation Area, and I want to talk to you about traveling solo, being a female solo traveler. I've lived in my Class B RV for 8 years and traveled on my own before that, both for work and for pleasure. And one of the first questions I get asked when I'm traveling by myself is, are you scared? And the answer is, not really. There have been times where I have been a little worried about the situation that I was in, but I put myself into that situation. And most of the time it's because I've driven somewhere that I really shouldn't have driven, and now I have to figure out how to get myself out of it. And I'm going to tell you the first rule: don't panic. Stop, breathe, think. My dad was famous for telling me that, and it used to just annoy the heck out of me. It's like, and he's standing there going, stop, breathe, think. But he was absolutely right. Absolutely right. There is no reason to panic. Don't panic. Stay calm. Take a couple breaths. How am I getting myself out of this? Now, I walk the road. So if I'm not sure of the road that I'm going to go down, I pull over and I park, I get out of the van, and I walk it. So I'm not going to get up on an ATV trail. I ended up on an ATV trail one time, and it was like rock climbing. I couldn't back up. I had no cell signal. And even if I did, there wasn't a tow truck in the world that was going to be able to get up that path and get me out of there. So, I should have stopped driving ages ago. As I'm climbing this hill, I found a rock that I could back out onto, and that's where I stayed the night, and I traversed back down the mountain the next morning. But yeah, the van was a little mad at me. We had some scrapes and bruises on the basement from climbing the rocks, but she did good. Maybe I need a 4x4 or something, I don't know. But the point is don't be afraid of something that has never happened. I hear, what if? Oh, what if something bad happens? What if something good happens? The what if goes both ways. And it's up to you to take that step and just step out there and do it. Traveling solo is a little bit different. And I rely on my instincts a lot. Your gut will tell you if there's something wrong. But you have to be listening to it and taking the time to listen to it. So you're really tired, you pull into a Walmart parking lot that on your boondocking app says is a great place to park. You pull in. The first thing I do is I sit in the driver's seat, 20 minutes, maybe, and just look around. Get the feel of the place. If you don't like the feel of the place, open your app, drive somewhere else. There usually is another place just down the road. And so follow your guide. Look at where you're going. One of my dream places and on my bucket list is New Orleans. I was this close to New Orleans. This close. Like, all I had to do was pull out of that state park and drive right, and 30 minutes later I would have been in New Orleans, but I would have been in the middle of Mardi Gras. Had I been traveling with somebody else, I probably would have went and experienced Mardi Gras in New Orleans. But I'm by myself. I don't know the city. I've never been to the city before. There are millions of people there. And I don't want to get swept up into a crowd. I'm not big on crowds anyway. I kind of like, this. I'm surrounded by trees, not people. I'm good. But I really, really, really wanted to go to New Orleans. But I decided that, my safety means more to me than an experience. So I'll do that. New Orleans is always going to be there. Well, hopefully it'll always be there. And so the next time I'm down south, try not to time it for Mardi Gras and go to New Orleans. But you have to make those decisions. You have to make those, sacrifices for one for the other. And you do that every day anyway. You make the decision to stop at the red light, not drive through it, kind of thing. And so look at where you're going, decide whether it's right for you. If you think you can handle it, then go for it. Absolutely go for it. But if there's a little voice inside the back of your head saying, you know what, Stace, that might just cost you more than you want to give. And that experience is waiting for you again, and that's fine. Another thing I encourage people to do, I talk to everybody. I'll go into little cafes. I love little cafes, little restaurants, go in for breakfast. If it's really busy in there, I'll tell the hostess to please feel free to seat another single person at my table. And I will sit and I will have a breakfast conversation with that person. If they're local, it's great because you get all the local information. And I've met some really great people. But when breakfast is over, the conversation is over. Thank you very much. I've had a wonderful time. Have a wonderful day. And off I go to my van. In very rare instances, I invite people to see the van. So, people will say, oh, can I look inside? Yeah, I'll open the door, maybe. If they're close, maybe. It all depends. Again, I'm listening to my gut, right? So another, lady around my age pulls up in a road truck and says, hey, can I see the inside of your van? Yeah, probably. I'll let her do that, right? But if it's somebody that I just get an inkling that goes, yeah, maybe not, then no. No, that's my home. So I just don't really like people traipsing through my home. or whatever excuse I need to come up with, the answer is no. And when the conversation is over, even if I go into a truck stop, I talk to people, and I'll tell you something. If you feel that you're in danger, so you've been into a truck stop, you talk to a couple people, the guy's kind of creepy, right? He's kind of hanging around, trying to keep the conversation going. And do yourself a favor, don't walk out to your van. Don't walk out to your RV. Don't do that. So if you get the feeling that somebody's, kind of, or wants to see your van, or whatever the case may be, he just wants to get you isolated, or she wants to get you isolated. It could be either. Don't let them isolate you. Walk into people. Go to an employee of that place. Right? So I often give the air of friendliness, but not too friendly. You got to have that kind of like, the conversation's over when the conversation's over. So a lot of people standing in line. You're standing in line waiting to purchase something, and they strike up a conversation. And but when the line is over, the line's over, and you head out to your vehicle. And hey, if you get out there and you think that somebody is around, you get in your vehicle, you lock your doors, and you drive away. It really is as simple as that. As simple as that. Other sort of tips and tricks, like I said, keep your eyes around your surroundings. Know what's around you. Doesn't matter where you are. I'm in the middle of woods. And, I've been in the middle of the woods way north, and there's nobody around. In the Appalachian Mountains, there was something freaky in the Appalachian Mountains. But I don't think it had anything to do with human beings, let me tell you. So, yeah, that was a pretty cool place to camp. And I like being out in the wilderness by myself. People ask me if I'm scared of bears or anything like that. I do have bear bells, right? And I know the story, people have found bear poop with the bear bells in it and everything. But I also know that with wildlife, if they know you're coming, they really don't want to be around you. They really don't. And most attacks happen when they're surprised. There are, if you get out into mountain lion country or anything like that, then maybe I go into there. But if there's like big animals that could kill me other than bears, I don't mind bears. But then I really don't walk very far. And I always have a map of where I'm walking, because I am, as a person who travels a lot, I am directional dysfunctional. I have no idea whether I'm going east, north, south, or west. I have a compass on my phone to let me know which direction I'm going. And anytime I go for a walk in the woods, I have some sort of a map. Every park has a map of their trails. Every single park. It doesn't matter whether you're on the US side, the Canadian side. Get a map, know where you're going, know the amount of time that you're going to be gone. And I'm really bad for this, but if I leave the internet area, so I'm going into a no cell service, then I will tell somebody where I'm going and when I think I'm going to come out. Because you just never know what'll happen. And it's not anything of malice. I mean, you could be hiking and fall, right? You just don't know. You have to be aware, but you don't have to be scared. And I wear this shirt that says you are enough, because you are enough. You're enough to do it. Anybody can do it. Absolutely anybody. I'm nothing special. And people say, oh, I can't believe you travel all those places. I love traveling places. More remote, the better. I love old ruins and places that are raw. And but I also love cities like New Orleans and Boston and, you know, nice cities. I've never been to New York City. I like to walk down Broadway, but we all have those dreams. And we can all achieve them. Put them on a bucket list. Say, this time I'm going to do this. That's how I ended up in Newfoundland, right? It was on my bucket list, and I just decided that I'm going, and it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful trip. Sometimes I take somebody with me. I couldn't go to Newfoundland without my girlfriend, Kim. So we went on a 6-week adventure of the East Coast, and we had a blast. But I've been to many, many places all by myself. And people ask me, how can you go all by yourself? Well, if you don't go all by yourself, if I don't go all by myself, then I won't go. And look at what I would have missed, right? So don't limit yourself because of fear. I mean, the biggest fear is the fear itself. And I already know you can. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking, maybe I'm going to, take off for the weekend and go camping by myself, but I'm not too sure, make a comment on the video, send me a message on Facebook, and I'll be sure to tell you, yeah, you can. Know where you're going, know what you're walking into, and you'll be fine. Know those things to look out for. And I wish you all safe travels. But travel. Go there. It's awesome. Have a great day. Don't forget to, if you like this video, like it, and please subscribe. You don't want to miss a chipmunk adventure.